now retiring U.S. Congressman Maurice Hitching. Dan Lamb, a great person and a great supporter of the American way. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Good afternoon, everyone. Why are you doing that to me? Oh, there we go. I see. I've seen one of these before. Use this end, like this? Well, that's a tough act to follow. I guess I know why CVS is out of cotton balls right now. But that was very good, and thank you all for coming out today. You all have been great friends of Maurice for years, and we fought many battles together, and this battle is just as important as any of them to address this issue of funding and elections. Of course, it's good to be here local. This is our office right here in front of the federal building, and I'm sure you all appreciate that we can do this here. It didn't work out so well down on Manhattan. I think when they were trying to do this in front of a federal building down there, they were pushed off. So I appreciate the federal marshals and GSA for supporting us in doing this. Thank you. Now, you know, we're here today, obviously, because there's just a tremendous disparity of wealth in this country today, and it's corrupting our system. We have a system now where the wealthiest 1% has seen their income increase by 275% in the last 30 years, while the wealth of the middle and low-income people have stagnated. And poverty now is at an all-time high, well, the highest it's been in a generation anyway. We have a situation where the corrupting influence of this concentration of wealth is affecting us on so many levels, from education to the environment, to gas drilling, hydrofracking. We're talking about how so many influences of money in our system, including elections, and by extension, elections, the appointment of judges, and how things get decided in courts. And I think in many ways that's how we found ourselves in the situation today with the Citizen United case. And the deleterious effect that that's had on elections, the corrupting influence that has had, and how it has reduced the influence of average people in elections. We saw this in Congressman Hitching's election just last fall. Do you remember? I mean, a year ago this fall, when $500,000 was dumped into the election in the last 2 weeks, and nobody knew where that money came from. You know, after a little time and some research, we learned it came from the oil and gas industry. No big surprise there, but it didn't come from individuals, unfortunately. And this is going to be even worse this year, when we see more of this super PAC money come in and corrupt elections. The system is definitely broken. The good news is, with this Occupy movement and MoveOn.org and all the different groups, Citizen Action, coalescing around this issue, we're raising the awareness of how corrupting the money in our political system is, and that's critical. And it has reached the halls of Congress, where in Congress there are several resolutions now to amend the Constitution to address this very issue that we're talking about, and to make sure that the Constitution, the rights that are in the Constitution, apply to flesh and blood people. People who breathe. I think someone who mentioned this. I mean, not corporations, you know. The idea that a corporation would have these free speech rights, it's just ridiculous. It's, you know, I was trying to describe this to my 11-year-old this morning, and it was fairly easy. I mean, it's so easy to understand the problem of this current system that a 6-year-old, who of course is extremely bright, he's my kid, he grasped it in a matter of minutes on our drive to school today. And I said, well, explain that to your social studies teacher. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. To know that this is going on throughout the country today, 130 cities I heard, and we're one of them, that's terrific. But this is an issue that is ripe for reform. So I just want you to know that Congressman Hitching is on those resolutions, particularly one by Representative Ted Deutsch from Florida. It's a strong resolution you all might want to check out, as well as the resolution by Representative McGovern. There are a few of these. They're all good ideas. They need to be perfected. I'm sure there are aspects of these resolutions that could be stronger, but it's a step in the right direction, and we're very interested in seeing these move forward. So I just want you to know that we're standing with you, as always. You've stood with Maurice on so many occasions, and then this issue is no exception. So thanks for coming out here today on this beautiful winter day, and let's keep this fight up. Thank you very much.
Yes, Dan Lamb for Congress. Thanks a lot, Dan. Always a pleasure. You know, there's a lot of great signs here. There's one that particularly stands out because it's such a great, a great piece. We've all heard it before, but she's